with me and just use your mind and imagination for some of the visualizations of the people we're going to kind of talk about today. I'd like to kind of start with, get back to the top here, sorry. So again, Devin O'Neill from the Life and Disability seat with Pinnacle here. I work at Northwestern Mutual. I can help you guys kind of bring up the very easy topic that everyone loves to talk about, which is their mortality. The inevitable that at some point we're going to pass away. But kind of starting with my why, I have a lot of conviction around protecting your family, protecting people in your world, because I've seen firsthand when you don't do it correctly. My sister, you wouldn't know it if you looked at her, but she's permanently disabled. She will never be able to work another day in her life. And my dad, he took his own life about 21 years ago. So I've seen when planning goes wrong. And it's pretty easy, honestly, to take care of those things. And that's where a lot of my conviction comes from, to help give people that peace of mind and give them clarity that even if things don't go okay, that their plan is going to stay on course and that their family will be taken care of. At face value, term insurance and disability insurance are really affordable hedges to plan against the things that you don't really have that much control over. You never know when we're going to die. You never know what's going to be coming when you're driving down the road, especially 19. It's not known for being the safest place to drive. But being able to protect your way of life, protect your income, protect your loved ones, they're all really important conversations. My kind of bread and butter client that I work with is really easy to make a referral from because they're someone that you already know. If you actually know them, you like them, respect them enough that you can have a conversation that even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, it really puts them in a better position where they can be, I would think, a little bit more present with their daily life. Because if you know that those aspects are taken care of, you can live a lot more present. And some of the things that come to mind when you're thinking about these people are, when was it important for you to get life insurance? I'm sure everyone in here, for the most part, has life insurance. If you don't, it's a 1-1. And but when was it important for you to get it? What was that trigger for you? What was it? I got married, I had a kid, I just bought a house. What was the reason that you got it? And who in your world is going through that, just went through that, is about to go through that? Because if you know it was important for you to do it at that time, if you're sage enough to pass that information to them and care about them, it's an easy conversation. Hey, it was really important for me when I had my firstborn to know, hey, there's someone that depends on me now. I kind of gotten out before, but there's someone there now. It's something you can't really pass through. So it's important to have that conversation, to make an introduction of, if there's someone that I'd love to introduce you to that can really add a lot of value to your current life by helping protect the people that are now part of it. Kind of giving you a little pinpoint on my kind of Mona Lisa client, if you will. They're mostly business owners. There's a lot deeper layers past that kind of face value of term life insurance and disability insurance. They're a business owner, maybe they're a general contractor, they have a successful franchise or franchises that they own. Maybe they have a small family dental practice. They have a local honey business that's in all the Publix around the South. There's someone who, they're not some crazy all-star, they just have a really good business and they love their employees, they love their company. Probably golf or do something physical that they pay too much money to do. Maybe they're driving like a Audi RS3 or maybe like a Sierra 3500 if they are that contractor, where it's probably not getting that dirty. They're not a truck in the truck most likely. But their way of life is really contingent on them showing up to work, being able to work, and so is their business. If they didn't make it home tonight, there's going to be a substantial change in their family's lifestyle moving forward. And there's two things that they definitely can't escape, and that's death and taxes. And when we get to kind of deeper layers of utilizing the strategies within insurance, taxes actually become a very important conversation. It becomes a strategy that we can really start to look into for people like this. They have a lot of good problems. They're usually not complaining about actual problems. Their problems are things about like, tired of all these capital gains that I'm paying with all my market-driven assets. Or maybe there's someone who just hates the market. They're terrified of the market, but they just don't know what to do with their money other than hide it under their pillow and buy just pure gold with it. They are maybe looking about the next generation. They voiced at some point that they want to give on to the next generation. They want to set people up better than they were set up. These are all conversations where life insurance starts to play a key role for them. And for you, you should be excited to introduce this person. You should be excited to say, I have a friend, Devin, that I would love to introduce you to. It's funny that you mentioned those problems, insert whichever the thing was a trigger word for you. One of my friends, he's a business owner too. He was actually having that same kind of problem. And I introduced him to Devin. And one of the things he does really well is help people understand how to protect the success in their life and create these opportunities to be extremely present by giving them peace of mind. He knows how to plan around all the what ifs of life. And if you're like my other friend, if you don't already, you're probably also going to have a tax problem at some point. So that's another conversation that you probably want to have. His approach to out-of-box thinking can be really impactful. I know I learn something new every time I sit down with him. Would you mind if I just made an introduction? If neither of these, my kind of bread and butter, or the Mona Lisa, if you will, is kind of coming to mind, here's one that I'm sure everyone has, and that's either a mentor or someone that you've mentored. That connection is really about education. A lot of people really rely on that. One of my friends, Sean, he's way more successful than I am. I helped tutor him in math, which was crazy because now he works in math. Tutored him in math, wrestled with him in school. I was one of his captains for pretty much every sport that we played. He's way more successful than I am, but he still looks to me as a mentor. So I know every time I come to meet with him, I always try to bring something new to the table, and that's a relationship with a mentor or mentee. And those are great people for an introduction, because again, if you know them, you have that level of respect and relationship with them. It's easy to be like, hey, I got someone that you might already have with these things. But if you're open to it, you might learn a thing or two. And if they already go to you for knowledge, experience, whatever that is, they're usually going to be more inclined to also listen and make that introduction, at least be open to it. So if you have any other questions, obviously I'd love to set up one-to-ones with anyone that I haven't had yet. I didn't talk about our products or anything like that, because that's not the point of this today. But if you'd like to learn more, please give me a call. We'd love to talk to you guys each on a one-to-one basis, see how I can help you.